Hey, we have something special for you, something totally different. We haven't actually done such.
Man, it's a vlog, so people were saying that, gents, we'd like to see how you guys are on the ground. We'd like to see how you guys get things done. So let's have a look at it, man.
Let's go.
You know, due diligence is one thing when it comes to the numbers and sitting down on paper. However, in reality, it's another beast. So, man, you need to verify that do the numbers correspond with what you're actually anticipating.
I mean, we're always speaking about due diligence, right? So now due diligence is actually going to the property, seeing what is there on the property, seeing the neighborhood, and actually verifying everything that you saw on paper.
And this is all done before getting yourself into that deal, because once you're in the deal, there's no turning back, man.
So for us, there's no turning back right now. This is the deal that we're actually working with right now. That's actually going to Cashflow.
Invest like a pro.
Hey there. So we just went to view the property. We went to actually meet the property, and all is done. There's no going back now.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to actually emphasize something, guys. It's very important that you understand your exit strategy, because as much as property investing is very nice, property investing, you're thinking about the cash flow or whatever that you're thinking about in terms of growing my portfolio, but you need to actually be preparing yourself that when I sell, what is going to happen. Because now, don't forget, now when you are starting to think about those lines, you're actually preparing yourself that, you know what, worst case scenario, if this deal does not work out, am I still safe? Or even to take it further, worst case scenario is that the mindset that we have is that with every property that we buy, there's a 99.999% chance that we will sell it. So now that actually removes emotions. You know, when we're always speaking about emotions, but now looking at property in this way, you are literally taking it out from the roots that, you know what, there is a possibility that I will sell, and when I do sell, will I be in trouble or will I not be in trouble?
Yeah, man, I mean, this actually takes out all of the emotions out of the deal, right? So now you don't want to be investing using your emotions. I mean, emotions could be there that I'm happy that I'm going to be getting a cash flow positive of around X amount of money, right? But now at the end of the day, you don't want to be emotional with the deal. So now if you have a targeted ROI of around 15%, and now you're seeing that this property that you actually bought, say for instance you did buy it, and while you were running the numbers, you did the proper due diligence, everything made sense, but now when you went to the ground, things now started looking shady, that the tenants don't really want to pay that amount, and you do get the tenants out. However, you see that rental business isn't actually going to be working for you in this particular market. Having an exit strategy is the one that's actually going to be bailing you out, because if you had already bought it at market value, now only to know that you need to sell this property, now it's a huge problem on your side, because when you do sell this property, you're going to be making a loss. And now with property investing, we're not talking about a loss of 2 rand. We're talking about real loss. You're taking a huge knock to your account. Sometimes you do end up having to actually pay the estate agent coming from your pocket. So now, what Nell actually touched on earlier on, in terms of your exit strategy being something that will actually save you on your property journey, make sure that you're always buying properties below market value. That will help you. You'll thank me one day.
I mean, also taking it further, guys, that I learned too. I actually, reflecting today, 2 main aspects will actually make a deal or break it. When I'm talking about these 2, I'm talking about your management company. Why am I actually putting this in front is that if you do actually land on a management company that is not on the ball when it comes to property investing, you can end up being frustrated as a property investor because you're not understanding what's happening. Sometimes the management companies can actually be terrible. So now the important question is that even though, let's say, you have paid them that amount whereby they helped you secure a tenant, now the question will be, how do I get rid of them as soon as possible if it doesn't work out? Or do I just stay with them and hope that things will get better? You really need to interview your tenants and also understand what is their relationship with the management company. You'll be shocked that you'll actually get real rapport from the tenants that this management company is actually these type of people. Because don't forget, now when I'm dealing with management companies, It's business. So how they'll be treating me, it's more of, you know what, I need to make the investor very happy so that I can close this deal. Whereas with tenants, they dealing with these people on a daily basis. If the tap doesn't work, they're dealing with the management company. If the management company is kind of dodge, they will actually raise red flags. However, at the same time, I want to also speak about something in terms of being a young property investor. You need to know your story. Why am I saying that? It's easy to be bullied. It's easy to actually get into a situation whereby, you know what, everything is coming right. You've been working so hard. Your credit is actually good. And then now you find yourself having a deal with tenants. So the question will be, actually not even the question, the mood that will be set from the onset needs to be of a good note, irrespective of your age. It needs to be of a good note, because if you are not respected, even though as a young investor, trust me, that will actually influence your journey, and you might think property investing was not for you, whereas the problem was with the tenant themselves. So you want to position yourself in a manner whereby, you know what, I know my story. I've done research based on how much are the rentals. I know the situation with the property in terms of what needs to be fixed, and I'm willing to fix it. And this is how much I'm putting in terms of rent. So you want to know your story and get your ducks in a row, especially if you are a young investor.
I mean, as they would say, that every deal is actually unique and every deal has its own lesson. So now make sure that when you do buy a deal, you don't just go in blindly going into that particular deal. You make sure that you firstly educate yourself in terms of property investing. How do I get the deal? The second part of it is that you need to have a journal whereby you're actually writing every lesson that you're actually getting from that particular deal. So you're making sure that with every deal, you're actually learning something so that you don't do the same mistake twice and be like, oh no, I did the same mistake that I did on my first property that I bought. So make sure that you're always writing down your mistakes. Make sure that you're also writing down what you did good so that when you go on, you keep on improving with every property that you buy.
Man, if you actually want us to set up a Zoom meeting with you, sit down and speak about the practicalities of property investing in South Africa, you need to hit the link below. It's Calendly. So what you'll do is just hit the link below, and then it will automatically set up a Zoom meeting, and it's confirmed. Trust me, it's confirmed. Once you just say that, guys, I'm sitting on this day and time, it's confirmed from our side, and then we'll see you then on the flip side.
Hey.
Hi everybody, so we've arrived at the property, about to speak with the tenants. It's very important to have that transparent relationship with the tenants. I mean, at the end of the day, as much as we understand rental increment can be a thing for them, however, you also need to see it from your side. How does that affect your numbers? We're always speaking about numbers, man.
Yeah, man, because now at the same time, when you do want to actually increase your rents, you need to also understand that they didn't actually budget for the rental increment. So this is just going to be a conversation between ourselves and the tenants and see how the negotiation actually takes place. I mean, this is always a negotiation between yourself and the tenants, maybe yourself and the estate agents.
Man,
Fix your negotiation skills.
And the laws, man, you need to take that into consideration too, that how much is the maximum that you can increase at that point in time, or what time did you get in terms of the lease agreement? Was it at the end or was it in between? So now you need to understand all of that before you actually go into the deal, so that you can see if there is space to maneuver or not.
So this is the baby.
Let's go.
Sure, guys, negotiations are really tough.
It's 8 a.m. right now. We got here at 6:30, man. But is it 2 hours 30?
Yeah.
It's 2 hours 30 minutes. It was tough, man. But it's done. It's done, man.
On to the next property.